Hi, and welcome back to Lost and Found Chronicles, the podcast where we follow the breadcrumbs of forgotten things, unclaimed memories, and the strange poetry of what get lost and what find its way back. I'm your host Bree, and today's story begins not with a mystery box or a long lost letter, but with something smaller, a single postcard that arrived from somewhere and someone unexpected. It was a quiet Tuesday morning, the kind that feels like half asleep even after the sun is up. Penny was sorting through her mail, bills, flyers, grocery coupons. That's when she noticed it. A single postcard, thick matte paper, edges slightly worn, as it had been handled by too many hands. Handwriting stopped her cold. It looked exactly like hers. The message on the postcard read, "You're about to lose something, but don't worry. It will come back to you when you will need it the most." It was a postmarked from a small town that Penny didn't recognize, with a vintage stamp that looked almost like made up. She laughed at first, flipped it over, expected a brand, a logo, a prank reveal. Maybe it was a marketing gimmick. Nothing. No company, no QR code, no fine print, just this message. And at the bottom, there was a date, November 17, 2035, in her own handwriting, from a decade in the future. Now, most people probably would have tossed it away, called it a prank, but not our Penny girl. She wasn't most people. She kept it pinned to the corner of her desk, a quiet riddle that whispered every time she sat down. And then, for next few days, she became a bit haunted and curious, thinking, what is I'm about to lose? And slowly, the message began to crawl under her skin. She double-checked her phone, packed up every file, even called her mom twice in a day, just to make sure everything was fine. It was until it wasn't. It did not happen in a crash. There was no drama, just a quiet ache, a kind of fog. Penny had been working on a manuscript, a story she had been shaping for months. It held pieces of her, old memories, confessions, the kind of things she would never said aloud. But importantly, she was working on her next book. But then, one morning, the file was gone, corrupted, not backed up, not recoverable. Poof! Just gone, like it never existed. The days that followed felt weird. She tried to rewrite it, but the words felt hollow, like copies of something that had already said goodbye, like chasing a ghost. The story felt thinner. So she stopped. She went for walks, sat by her window, read old notes, watched the light change, and wondered why losing a file could feel like losing a part of herself. One morning, while sipping coffee, she thought of the postcard that she received in the mail. But like any rational person, she told herself, no, it can't be true. What am I thinking? Is it a joke? The next moment, Penny was sitting with the postcard, juggling, what should I do? Few moments later, here she is, reading the postcard carefully. You are about to lose something, but don't worry, it will come back to you when you will need the most. She read again, nothing. She read again, nothing. She did not find anything decisive which can help as to where and what happened to her file that she was working on. Days passed. She kept thinking about it. She felt the loss but could not find the reason. And somehow, in that quiet loss, something unexpected happened. Something new began to form. Not the same story, something entirely different. A voice she hadn't heard before. A story that wasn't perfect or planned, but somehow more honest. It came easily, like a song she already knew, like the postcard. It just arrived. The new story breathed. It had flaws and pauses, but it felt alive. That's when Penny understood. The postcard wasn't a warning about her lost file. It was about her. She had to lose the version of herself that clung to perfection so that the truer version could step forward. Maybe that's what loss really does. Not just take things away, but make space for something better to grow. She still has the postcard. Now, she has pinned the postcard above her desk. And yes, she has a theory. She thinks she wrote it. In the future, maybe 2035, she hits a wall. Maybe she loses something too, a job, a person, a dream. And maybe in the moment of panic or clarity or both, she writes a postcard to herself, not to fix the past, but to remind herself that we have always made it through. That sometimes the things we lose make room for what we don't know what we are looking for. Well, I think I have a theory too. I think, yes, Penny wrote the postcard. Yes, to herself. From her future self in order to help her present self. But all this happened in present. It did not travel from the future. Or maybe it did. Or maybe it is one of those unique tricks which writers use to help themselves to come out of the writer's block. So here's the question for you. If you could write a postcard to your past self, what would it say? What's the thing you lost and what did it make room for? I would love to hear your stories. Message me on Instagram at Prelicious or email me your stories at lostnfoundchronicles@gmail.com. Your stories might just be my next episode. Because this show isn't about objects or mysteries. It's about us, the stories we forget, the parts we lose, and the quiet ways we find themselves again. I'm Pri, your storyteller, your co-traveler, and you have been listening to Lost and Found Chronicles. Thank you for staying till the end. If you have enjoyed today's episode, share it with someone who has ever felt like they have lost a part of themselves and found something even better in return. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like it, and please comment. Until next time, pause often, breathe deeply, and stay a little laid back.